This video essay was written for a college project about someone I admire and look up to. This was written to praise and celebrate Jonghyun's life and legacy, but does contain mentions of his passing, so a trigger warning is advised. I will play fan cams and music videos in the background, but the main focus is on the words and descriptions. Please enjoy the video. In May 2008, something in South Korea shifted. 5 teenage boys stepped out onto the stage and changed the music industry as we know it. These 5 boys are known as SHINee, a combination of the word shine with the noun ending e, which is interpreted as a person who receives light. The name reflects the group's ambitions to receive the spotlight and to charm a wide music fan base. SHINee debuted on May 22, 2008 with the EP Replay, the title track translating to Nuna, You're So Beautiful. Replay showcased the extreme talent of the young boys and debuted at number 10 on the South Korean music charts. Throughout the group's 14-year career, they have had 46 releases in Korean and Japanese, ranging from full-length albums, mini-albums, repackaged albums, and single albums. This is excluding live albums, promotional singles, and OST tracks. They have also won 61 major awards, their first being Newcomer Album of the Year at the 23rd Golden Disc Awards, and their most recent being Song of the Year for Don't Call Me at the Gaon Chart Music Awards in February 2022. The group has held 11 in-person concert tours, 1 online concert, and 1 online fan meet, attracting hundreds of thousands of fans. And the individual members themselves have achieved so much more. But today, I will talk about Kim Jonghyun and why he is the definition of an idol. In K-pop, an idol is defined as a celebrity who positively influences viewers. The idea behind idols is that they set a perfect example to young people all over the world. Traditionally, a K-pop idol sings, dances, acts, and even looks conventionally attractive. South Korean teenagers, and even teenagers from other East Asian countries, will train under entertainment companies for years in order to achieve this dream. Some even go as far as to get plastic surgery in the hopes of debuting. There is tough competition, and each trainee is fighting to debut, or they will face a lifetime of debt for their training. Typically, idols don't compose their music or have any say in their career. They have strict contracts and are used by their companies. In more recent times, the fans have been abusing these contracts, and the concept of an idol has failed. Fans often demand idols or companies do certain things to please them, apologise for doing any minor thing wrong, such as dating, and basically make the companies walk on eggshells and cater to the fans' desires. I believe there is one idol in particular who breaks down these walls set up by the companies and the fans, and accidentally became the ideal idol. Kim Jonghyun is the main vocalist of SHINee. His powerful vocals were prevalent even in their debut years, and he has only gotten better with time. Just 1 year into the group's career, Jonghyun wrote the lyrics to Juliet, earning the group their first music show win. In 2015, Jonghyun wrote his first solo mini-album, titled Bass, along with his first solo concert tour. All 12 shows were sold out. The album sold 74,000 copies in South Korea, and the title track Crazy Guilty Pleasure was the most watched K-pop music video in the world during January 2015. Another B-side track on his EP, Deja Vu, won first place on every music show for the first week of its release. Jonghyun regularly wrote for SHINee and other artists, and is one of the most copyrighted artists in K-pop. He has also published his own novel, titled Skeleton Flower, in November 2015. Skeleton Flower contains 12 chapters telling the stories behind his songs. And while these stories are fictional, there are many references to his life and his struggles in the music industry. The blurb reads as follows: "How far can I go? And how long can you be with me?" he asked her. She was silent. All she did was hug him quietly. "And I ask you, as well, how far have I come, and since when have you been with me?" Although there is no official English translation, some fans have kindly published rough translations on various blogs and websites, such as Reddit and Archive of Our Own, to spread the incredible messages of this book. Jonghyun continued to release solo music as well as promoting with SHINee. Each title track won various awards and music show wins. It's safe to say he was one of the most popular idols from the most popular group of the time. But he wasn't loved solely because of his music and performances. Jonghyun regularly advocated for equality and justice, praising a transgender fan for standing up against their transphobic peers, pleading fans to donate to a charity to help children in Nepal after a 2015 earthquake, and keeping the legacy of the Sewol ferry disaster victims alive. Many young fans felt heard and safe when thinking of Jonghyun. Not only was he a funny person, but he was realistic and honest with his fans about his experiences, which is abnormal due to contracts restricting what idols can talk about. Unfortunately, Jonghyun passed away on December 18, 2017 from carbon monoxide poisoning, aged just 27. Jonghyun had been suffering with depression, which he was open about, but was never able to recover from, eventually consuming him and causing him to take his own life. SM Entertainment said, "Jonghyun was the best artist who loved music more than anyone and always worked hard for his performance." He was due to come back in January 2018, and while that was initially suspected to be cancelled, SM Entertainment decided to release the album and music video on January 23rd, as Jonghyun himself had expressed his excitement for fans to hear his song. Even though SHINee has a fun disco aesthetic, it leaves a melancholy atmosphere, especially knowing Jonghyun wrote and composed the song in the darkest time of his life, as he was preparing to leave. The lyrics describe creating a cozy place for you, and the chorus repeats, "Always be with you." This message feels very meaningful to the fans, his members, and his relatives. Poet Artist debuted at number 177 on the Billboard 200, while his previous discography rose in the charts, with Story OP2 charting at number 7 and She Is at number 4. Jonghyun's legacy is incredibly large. Not only did he influence the freedoms idols got in terms of writing and composing, but he influenced South Korea's attitudes towards LGBT rights and better mental health support. He has some of the most beloved and most iconic music in the world, and he is loved by millions. 5 years after his passing, he has over 539 million streams on the Melon Music charts, 1.4 million followers on Twitter, and 3.6 million on Instagram. Kim Jonghyun is arguably the most successful and influential person to come from South Korea, and will still be an inspiration for many young people for decades to come.